Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long time since I filmed a video.
Too long.
But I've been really busy with uni stuff and I've just handed in my dissertation, so now I feel like it's time that I can do another video. Today me and Leah are going to be filming a video where we're doing our own makeup and we're going to use the same products, but obviously we both use different shades of the same products. So for example, we're both going to use Dip Brow Pomade but in different shades.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And we're also different shades as well in foundation too, so.
Yeah, so we're using the same brand and the product, apart from like a few things that we didn't have. And I'm sure that we'll probably create different looks from that. But yeah, let's get started.
Okay. Need a mirror first. There's that extra that she was like, make sure you use the same mirror so it looks the same. So we've both got the same mirrors.
Also just add that I've got individual lashes on at the moment, but they're at that stage where they're falling out. So you're just going to have to...
They don't look bad though, they look fine. So I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation and I'm in the shade 1 and 2, which is in Ecru. And I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend this out.
I'm going to start with eyebrows and I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Blonde.
First thing I'm going to use is the MAC Strobe Cream. This is in the shade, what shade is this? The Pink Light, yeah, Pink Light. And I'm going to add a little bit of this to my mixing palette and apply that to my face.
This is blonde and it's like so not blonde.
I know, that is so dark.
I know, that's what I mean. Also, I must just add a little self-promo that I'm currently selling some products, including an Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade on Macari. Because as you can see, this is the blonde shade and it's very not blonde. So, I had some issues with shades, so I'm selling soft brown on there.
I think I've got medium brown and medium brown's too dark for me.
Yeah, I think so. I think blonde is probably right for you.
I know, although that looks very, I don't know.
The undertones.
Yeah, it's very cool.
But I think that's okay for me.
I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I'm in the shade Ecru, which I think is like next to the palest shade, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know how this mixing palette works because I have to keep moving my hand. I popped a little bit on the palette, if you can see there. I'm going to apply this. To be fair, I'm not really that bothered about getting it on. What have you tried?
Next, I've just added some Tarte Shape Tape on there, and this is the shade Light. I'm just going to use this to carve my eyebrows, and as a bit of an eyebrow base. If you had a thin foundation though, it would just run off this.
I know, but that's what I mean. I forgot how much I liked the Estee Lauder Double Wear look, the difference.
Oh my god, I know, I do love it.
It looks so dark when you initially put it on, but once you blend it out, it actually blends to match my skin tone.
I feel like my Estee Lauder Double Wear is like one of the lightest foundations that I own.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, like...
So what colour are you in?
Bone. Generally do feel like that. So I'm also just gonna go around the outside of my brow with the excess concealer just to get a more defined shape.
So you do that, I don't even bother with that.
I'm going to just set that concealer on my eyelids with a bit of Emiway loose powder.
Right, that's my foundation done. But look, I've wasted so much on there, whereas if I had that like still on my hand, I could scrape it back into the bottle.
Would you do that?
Yeah, I do, so, but especially with my NARS one, because it comes out so quick. Next, I'm going to go with my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm in the shade Fair with this one. I think I'm in Light.
I'm in Light, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to apply a little bit of this underneath my eye. I am so running low on this concealer.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I use it pretty much every day. I popped a bit of the concealer on. I'm going to take my beauty blender again. I'm going to blend that out.
Okay, so the eyeshadow palette that we both decided to use is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, because this is a palette that we've both got. Yeah. We can do kind of different looks with.
Fun of the fact that we both have like a different routine of how we do it, and I'm sure everybody else is the same. But let us know down below, what order do you do your makeup in? Like, do you do your eyebrows first, or do you start with your foundation?
Yeah, I feel like I do always mix it up, but this is just like my go-to. So if I know I'm going to do like a lot of eyeshadow, then I tend to just do it first.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to use, just on this brush, it's just like a basic blending brush that I got from eBay. I'm just going to use the shade Peaches and Cream in this palette, just to make sure that that concealer is well and truly set.
How's my skin looking?
Good. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm quite rough when I do my eyeshadow.
I know, I noticed that when I edited the last one.
Yeah, everyone notices that, and so I'm going to try my best. I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Puree on the same brush. Just a little bit.
Next, I'm going to use the RCMA. I always say RMCA. This is the No Colour powder. I know Olivia's got a different powder, but that one is too dark for me, so I always have like the palest one, even though this is No Colour, but it's still pale. I'm going to pop a little bit of this onto this palette thing that I've got. I'm just going to use my wet beauty blender and pop this under my eyes, and basically everywhere that I've put the concealer. I need like a mirror, but I can't hold everything.
I'm going to take this Real Technique brush, which is dirty.
Angled shadow brush, I think.
An angled shadow brush with Summer Yum, just to deepen the crease a little.
I love when you put concealer on, it feels all wet under your eye, and then you get powder, and you can literally feel it going into the creases.
Yeah.
That's my favourite.
I know the feeling.
Powder's the only thing we've not got the same, isn't
exactly. So we're doing well. I'm going to use a little bit of the Charmed I'm Sure, just put on the outer edge of my eye. I just want to leave this as quite a basic look, to be honest. I'm not going to go crazy.
So I am going to go with the same palette, the Sweet Peach palette. I'm going to start off with Peaches and Cream first, because I'm going to set that as like a base for my eyeshadow.
I did the same.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I even said it.
I thought you used Puree first.
No.
Because I've not really set my eyes. I'm just using a... Oh my god, I bet it just put it in my mouth and it tastes like peaches.
Yeah, it does.
What the hell?
It does, it's weird. Don't ask. I feel like when my dog came in my room, he was trying to sniff at this palette and I was like, what?
That is so weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I'm just using a Real Techniques 200 brush.
A little bit more in this eye.
Okay. Next up, I'm gonna take Puree. I'm gonna pop that through the crease.
I'm now just gonna take this Tarte Unicorn brush with the shade Nectar, just because it's like a bit glittery-ish, shimmery. I'm going to put this under my brow. I know it's not like a highlight shade, but sometimes I just like to do that. I'm now going to move on to my foundation. And I'm also going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. But as I said before, I'm in the shade Bone. Going to add some of this to my mixing little hand thing.
Oh, yeah, it's a strobe cream.
I do found that this foundation is a bit light for me. As you can be able to see here, I've not even got fake tan at the moment. So this is like, I'm quite yellowy toned skin. So yeah, it's not the best colour match. Just going to add some of the MAC Strobe Cream in Pink Light to this.
You see what eye look you've gone for? Okay, go for shimmer.
I do love the Estee Lauder foundation, but I do find that it's quite drying. So that's the reason I've added in some strobe cream, and I've not put any primer on or anything. So I'm just going to mix them and put it straight on. Yeah, it's quite light for me.
No, I reckon that matches once you've bronzed it up a bit. I love all the warm brown shades in this palette. They're all the two.
I was going to say.
Although I might use Charmed, I'm sure.
Yeah, I use that.
Yeah.
It's fine. This is the whole point, that we're meant to use the same things. Me and Leah, like, we like the same products, but we always end up going for different looks.
So I really want to do a winged eyeliner, but you'd never use eyeliner.
No, but you can't.
I've not got my glasses on.
Oh, you know when you mix your foundation, you don't mix enough. Oh.
Next I'm going to use Summer Yum, which is like a darker shade up here. And I'm going to add that just to the outer corner.
The whole point of this foundation is the fact it's high coverage, and if I just pull it apart like that, it's really not going to be. So basically Leah takes ages to do a makeup.
I don't actually.
You don't? I think I just quite fast.
Yeah, I'm like...
Because I'm used to having to rush.
I'm choosing a 217 to blend that out. Then I'm just going to take a little bit of Luscious, which is like a really pretty shimmer shade. I'm going to add that to my eyelid.
I'm going to blend this down my neck.
I'm going to use one of these. Remember these?
Oh my god, yeah.
The Harry Potter brushes.
I just think them novelty brushes are just, they look okay, but they're actually rubbish quality.
And they're so heavy.
I'm now going to go on to use the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light again for my under eyes.
You got you that, Olivia?
I don't know. Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Me and Leah both love Michael Finch, and he loves this, so Leah got me this for Christmas.
And I obviously had to get myself one as well, because I thought if Olivia starts raving about it and I didn't pick myself one up.
My auntie uses this and she loves it.
Really?
Yeah. Just gonna blend this out, and as Leah just said, I'm so fast at makeup.
I'm also going to take a little bit of I might take Caramelized, which is like a really nice sort of warm brown shimmer shade. I'm going to add that to sort of the centre of my lid, just so it's not as big the jump. I'm then going to quickly wipe away my bake, otherwise it'll be too pale, with this little eBay brush.
I'm now just going to bake my under eyes with a beauty blender that's dry. I just love using really dense. It's not even...
You need to use a wet one, it's so much better.
Well, this isn't even a beauty blender, it's just like a Primark sponge. But I love using this under my eyes to bake, because I just feel like, because it's dry, it's so precise. And I do really want to change to something else, but I just love this so much.
Next I'm going to go for my eyebrows. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade like Olivia did, but mine's in medium brown. So mine is quite a bit dark. Quickly fill in my brows.
So I've just popped that here, 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 here. I'm using the Bourjois bronzing powder. This is like a summer version.
What shade is that in?
This is the Festival Tropical Edition Limited. Tropical Festival Limited Edition. It's made in Italy. This isn't, I don't even know if it has a shade.
Let me look at the front. Yeah, 52 at the bottom.
In shade 52. I bet yours is the same, isn't it?
51. Mine's in. because I'm pale as. Which I feel like this camera doesn't really show how pale I am, but I am quite pale, aren't I?
Yeah, did I leave it? I'm just going to use this contour brush by Real Techniques for this.
I'm going to take the same bronzer but in 51, and I'm going to take it with a duo fibre brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to bronze up my skin a little bit.
I'm just going to wipe away this bake with this brush. I don't know what brush it is, some kind of powder brush.
Let me see. Cheek brush.
A cheek brush.
Do I can't know the names?
Yeah.
Is that sad?
Yeah, it's sad.
I think it's because I did a brush collection and I sort of memorised them all.
Because this has got like a slight colour to the powder, I don't like to leave it baking for too long.
No. Do I look really bronze on camera now? Do I look really, really bronze?
No.
Too much?
No. Never such thing as too much. I'm going to use the Fenty highlight now, and I'm going to use the shade I'm going to use Hustler Baby, because this is just like such a nice highlighter.
I'm also going to take my Fenty highlight, but it's more like a blush mine. Mine's in the shade Girl Next Door and a Chick Freak, which is like, it looks really like blushy, but it is like more highlighted, but it is a blush shade. Mix them both together, and I'm going to apply this with a Spectrum A05 brush, but I sort of want to take this where my highlight goes.
I'm nearly finished.
So we're both going to take the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara and apply this to our lashes.
I'm not even going to lie, I hate this mascara,
I know, same.
but it's like the only mascara we both had.
I much prefer the, oh my god, I've already got it all over my...
Well, I only need to put it on my bottom lashes anyway, because of my lashes. I'm now going to use the Revolution Pro Liquid Lipstick. This is the Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment, and this is the shade Illusion.
Did you see that happening then?
Yeah.
And I'm also going to take one of the Revolution Pro ones, but this is in the shade Semblance, I think it is, which is like a purpley, like muted purple colour. Which I don't really think it's going to go in this look, but okay.
Okay, so this is the finished look. We both look a bit different.
I look quite natural. It's not really got loads of stuff on.
This is natural for me. Okay, so
You
yeah.
look like a mermaid with that hair.
I've still got this somehow. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this look, and leave a comment down below with any suggestions that you might want me and Leah to do in the future.
Yeah.
So
We're also doing on my channel.
on Leah's channel, we're also going to do a video together shortly, which will be our favourites. So when Leah uploads that, which I think will be in a few weeks, I'll leave the link below so you can go and check that out too. And if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you like it and subscribe.
Yeah.
And also do the same to Leah.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
You get so awkward when you're saying bye.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bye.